Hi, thank you so much. Ohio. Well, yeah, I'm waking up now. Well, thank you so much for being here. I know it's not your easy Friday night watch, but I'm very happy to be here and it's my favorite city of the world. So I'm really excited. Thank you so much for deciding to come. I really appreciate it.
非常感谢大家在星期五的晚上来看这一部可能不是那么容易入口的电影。很高兴来到这边，台北是我最喜欢的城市。
他这说话是真的，因为他其实来台湾很多次，而且也非常关注台湾的，不管是纪录片的发展也好，或者是 Me Too 运动也好，所以相信等一下有很多观众可以跟他分享台湾目前的状况的。好，那开放大家分享之前，我先问一个问题好了，因为其实我们在片中已经看到，在从2015年开始到将近10年来的整个心路历程，然后他从一个这个所谓的受害者当事人，到最后转换成原先有的记者身份也好，然后甚至于他已经做了一个作者出书，到现在成为纪录片的导演。我其实是最想问的就是，因为他毕竟是纪录片嘛，想要问他就是花了多少时间去完成这部片？参与到的是剪辑吗？还是因为我听说好像是4年的时间吗？还是？
How much time did I spend on this film? 8 years.
对，从
Yes, it's been a long time, and we had over 400 hours of footage to work on. So it's been quite a long editing process too, which took about 4 years. But yeah, making some traumatic story into documentary about my own story, it was a big challenge. And somewhat, of course, being journalistic mindset helped me to document. But when I was sitting in the editing room, I really struggled because I had to close the line as a journalist. You know, telling your own story is not very journalistic. So I just really have to change my mindset as a filmmaker. And but it was really important for me to make this film from my own perspective as a survivor, because many films exist out there that deals with sexual violence, but it's often told by someone else from third person. And I want to tell the story from the survivor's point of view, and also tell the audience that we all have the power to tell our own story, and it's very important. And now, after 8 years of really hardcore like therapy session in a way, I can tell that it was therapeutic to be able to tell, to be able to rebuild, reconstruct the story. It's empowering. So now I can say, if you have a trauma, make a film. It helps. Yes.
那这部片呢，我花了8年的时间在筹备。那总共有400个小时的素材，剪辑呢也是花了4年的时间。那要讲一个有关于自己创伤的故事，当然是一个挑战。同时我身为一个记者，我也必须要跨越那条线，因为作为记者，你去报道自己的故事，其实这是不太符合传统的。但是我觉得拍这部片还是非常的重要，而且它对我来说像是一个咨商的过程。因为我们知道有很多讲性侵的片子，但可能都是从第三方来讲故事，所以我觉得要从幸存者的角度来讲非常重要，因为这是赋予幸存者一个力量来诉说自己的故事。所以如果说大家有什么创伤的话，我推荐来拍一部片吧。
好，那他答得非常好，我就先问这个题目，然后先看看有没有观众想要问问题的。啊，你先，然后等一下换第4排观众来。还是你要找吗？你先找没关系。好，可以。
Hello, Shirley. I basically followed your case in real time back in 2017. I saw your press conference, ironically, on TBS, and and immediately captivated by this case for some reason. And it's painful to watch you struggle and fighting the system and the whole society every step of the way. I truly don't understand why it's so hard to have some basic human rights and justice. But I'm always amazed and admire your resilience and honesty and incredible bravery, which reflect in your work, amazing work. And when life gives you lemon, you make lemonade. And you are just like Ampaman. You share your bread for Japanese women's rights. And how do you distract from the pain? That's my question. And I'm very proud of you. You have nothing to be ashamed of.
Thank you.
那刚才观众大概问的就是说，他有从2017年就开始，有追踪这个故事这个案子，然后非常钦佩导演的勇气，他就像面包超人一样那么的有勇气。那是想要问导演，在碰到伤痛的时候，他如何来转化。
Thank you. I love the lemonade. I think my lemonade is very sour. Now after sharing my trauma, I also meet other people with trauma, and even now I could see in your eyes that so many people have experienced it, and it's painful to know. But whenever I hear it, whenever I see, I also ask the question, how are you surviving? How are you coping? What's your, coping method? So I'm always learning new things, but my core always coping method has been eating super spicy food. The good news is that I graduated from the box wine. I do drink real wine sometimes now, and the cat. So I know it's not a best way, but it's been helpful. Also this year has been very hard mentally, that I'm also again always talking about this issue, and I had a little breakdown this year, but it was in Brazil, so I met shaman to ask what to do, and after that I also did 10 days of meditation, silence, vipassana, and so I always learning what to do. I'm not very good at it. Trauma, it's not like some people say time will heal, but you just have to live with it, and it's not that we forget by time, it's about we learn how to live with it by time. So I think for that I learned a lot, also through making this film. So if you know any good food to eat here in Taipei, just to let me know. If you have any other recommendation other than spicy food or cat, just please let me know, because I'm really out of updated. I need to update my method. Thank you.
那很谢谢你的问题，当然我有碰到伤痛的时候呢，我通常会吃很辣的食物，或者是我另外一个排解伤痛的方法是猫。然后大家有在影片里面看到我会喝以前会喝盒装的葡萄酒，那现在我已经有进阶到会喝真正的葡萄酒了。那今年呢，我有一些蛮低潮的时候，然后那时候我刚好是在巴西，所以我就有透过巫医来练习一些静修，所以这也是对我蛮有帮助的。那大家常常会说时间可以治疗一切，可是我觉得伤痛它可能会一直都在，只是你会透过时间学习如何来跟伤痛共处。那我想在座呢，可能大家也都会有一些伤痛的经验，所以我也想请大家跟我分享你们的小诀窍是什么，或许可以推荐我台北有哪里好吃的。
什么好吃？臭豆腐大喊出来，有吗？直接推荐的。好，第四位，第四排，等一下换你。
Thank you, director, for bringing this film to us. Personally, I have been anticipating this film since its world premiere in Sundance this January, so finally it's getting here. Yeah, and if I may, I would like to switch to Chinese. in the following questions. 我个人蛮好奇这部片，因为有留意到他在很多的影展目前正在巡回中，然后也知道导演应该也是从其他地方赶过来的。那蛮好奇他目前已经在日本有放过了吗？或者是未来有可能有公开的打算吗？就是蛮好奇导演对这部分的看法。然后第二个，不太确定可不可以问，就是是否妥当，就是在最后的 roll card 里面有注意到2个蛮令人讶异的名字出现。第一个是英文字幕辅助的 Neo Sora，孔颖央导演，然后在感谢名单里面也出现了坂本龙一先生 Ryuichi Sakamoto。蛮好奇这是什么样的渊源会让2位出现在这部片的这个名单里面？谢谢。
第一位可以再讲一次。
孔颖央导演 Neo Sora。或者是有其他导演可以帮，其他观众可以帮我那个更正一下。
他是什么？
坂本龙一。
坂本龙一的。
哦 ，Solanio， 对不起。对。
Oh, yes, in Japan. We've been trying. We've been knocking on the door, but unfortunately, we still haven't any door open. But we haven't give up. We're trying, and my family hasn't seen it. I know, but I just couldn't send a screener for them to watch on, maybe type it, yeah, because I wanted them to see in a theater with audience and as an experience. So hopefully that would happen soon. Because it's my love letter to Japan, to my sisters, to my family, to my friends, and so yeah, really hoping that would happen. Ryuichi Sakamoto was one of the first well-known person who supported me. Everyone was so scared to be related with me, but he was the one of the person who really encouraged me to go on, move on. So actually, he always told me, let's collaborate. So I was hoping that he can contribute for the music with this film. But unfortunately, he passed away. But his support has been always the core. He always gave me good food and good, cheer. He's been a biggest cheerleader. So I wanted thanks for that. And Neo Sora, who's a great friend of mine and amazing filmmaker, whose film Happy End will be here. So excited! It's an amazing film. Go and watch. He has been a great advisor for this film. So he watched many of our test editing. He also did a part of translation. So yeah, they've been a big support for making this film. And because I think Japanese independent cinema scene is very small, it's really nice. It's like our little family and always can talk to each other. And Neo has been we also have a same producer, Eric. So it's been also a great connection. So we've been actually traveling to Pinyao Film Festival, Busan Film Festival together and have an amazing time. So I was actually so looking forward to have Neo here, and I thought we can go to night market together, but somehow they put him in a later week, so I'm gonna miss him. But please say hello to him from me.
那就说，可惜这部片目前还没有办法在日本上映，我们正在努力当中。那我的家人也还没有看过，而且我希望他们是可以在剧院里面跟观众一起看，所以我先不想要就传一个链接让他们来看。那这部片对我来说就像是对日本的一封情书，它不只是给我的家人、给我的姐妹，也是给在日本的亲友。那至于会感谢坂本龙一，是因为在我的事情公开之后呢，他是第一位站出来支持我的名人，因为其他人都很怕跟我扯上关系，所以他是我最大的啦啦队。那我也其实蛮希望他能够为这部片做配乐，但很可惜就是他已经过世了。然后 Neo Sora 这位导演是我的好朋友，他的另外一部片 Happy End 好像也会在影展放映，请大家要支持他。那本来是希望他可以跟我一起同时在台北，我们就可以去逛夜市，但很可惜他片被排在比较晚。那我跟他也有共同的制片，就是 producer Eric。
Yes.
对，那所以呢，我们就是在日本的独立电影圈呢不大，但是大家都是感情蛮好的。那我跟 Eric 跟 Nia Sora 也一起去了其他的影展，像是平遥啊、釜山啊等等。
我是追问一下，努力要在日本上映，是因为有外力的干扰，还是说还在找一个上映的时间点？
Good question. Yeah.
OK， I got it.
Okay. Please leave good review and good words, spread the good words. So maybe one day we can, well, not one day, soon, hopefully. Yeah, it will happen.
好，我们用台湾的力量让日本的社会可以看到这部片子，这样。
大家多多留好评，那可能不久将来就可以在日本上片。
好，这一位观众，等一下换你。好，这一位第4排的。
空邦吗？好，因为前面都是用英文，我还是用中文好。好，那个我想可能比较跟刚才那一位有点一样的，因为这片很不同于其他日片，基本上都是以英文为主，就一开始就觉得说，这是不是日本就比较很难上映的感觉，有一种感觉就是很不日片。第二个就是我很好奇，那个看到你的出庭的时候，包包里面有塞一只娃娃，那是你的朋友吗？他是给你力量的朋友，要带他一起走吗？因为我也是娃娃爱好者，如果碰到比较重大的事情，也会带他，他会给我力量。
So thank you. ありがとうございます。So the reason why I was speaking English, I mean, I don't know if that's the reason why it's difficult to bring it to Japan. I have no idea, but it's because the person who was behind the camera, Hannah, only spoke English with me, so that's why I had to. But sometimes I have other friends filming, so I could speak in Japanese. But then I also realized that I've been written my diary in English, and also like iPhone footage, video in English. And I start thinking why. I think I was unconsciously doing it, and I realized also when I woke up from the assault. I mean, when he was assaulting me, when the person was assaulting me, I said, "Yamete kudasai, please stop." Like, why would I say please? I realized that living and growing up in Japan as a woman, I always have to speak polite to other person or older person, man, and I didn't, know how to say stop, I guess. So I just have to change my mindset and say, what the fuck are you doing? Fuck off. So if you know any other word in Chinese, please do let me know. I can say that. Teach me. Ting? Ting. So yeah, that's one. Oh, the sloth stuffed animal. It was a gift from my one of the Chinese translator when I went to the book tour in mainland China. And no, it's sloth. Yeah. But whenever I go to difficult place, it was another coping method. But I would take something. But usually I take something that I can put in my hand, so I can just hide it. But he couldn't hide it, so I just put it in the backpack. But sloth.
好，那第一个问题关于语言，就是在片子里面之所以会讲英文，是因为长进的人是我的朋友，他是 Hannah， 他是瑞典人，他是讲英文，所以我跟他是用英文对话。但其他的时候，如果是日本朋友在长进，我就会用日文讲。那后来我也发现，我在写日记，或是我用 iPhone 录的影像日记呢，我都是用英文来做。这也就让我想到关于语言这件事，因为当我在被攻击的时候，我发现我竟然必须要对攻击者说，请你停下来，必须要用敬语。 那是因为身为一个日本女性，我们从小就被教导要对年长的男性要用这样尊敬的方式来讲话，所以最后我只有换成英文，我才能说出我的感觉，就是你他妈的你在干嘛？然后包包里面那个小东西呢是树懒，那是我在中国的时候的那时候的口译员他送我的一个小娃娃。那我去到每个地方呢，我其实也都会收集这个人家送我的东西。那因为它有点大，没办法放在手上，所以我就放在包包里。
好，最后一个就开放你了哈，时间关系，要快速提问哦。
你好，非常感谢你今天的到来以及今天的电影。我想要跟你表达的是，我之前也曾经是记者，然后我曾经所属的媒体是台湾少数有在报道 MeToo 事件的媒体，但不要因为这样就觉得他们很赞，他们非常的道貌岸然。anyways， 我想要请问的是，我自己之前在做正式记者的时候，最常被老板念的事情就是你不要在你的报道里面流露出你个人的立场。尤其是比如说在写一些中国言论审查，或者是关于 MeToo 的事情的时候，你要尽量保持你的中立，你要尽量的维持你的记者职业伦理。那我想要请问的问题是，像伊藤诗织小姐她自己在进行采访的时候，甚至像我们刚刚在电影里面有看到她去就是那个山口坏蛋她在开记者会的时候，甚至您本人自己有去下面去做一些记录。那我想要询问的是，当您在做纪录片或者是您在做报道的时候，您是怎么拿捏您自己作为当事人以及记者之间这个中立立场的平衡和转换？谢谢。
非常好的问题。
Good job. It's a difficult one, tricky one, because I think as a journalist, your boss is right in a way. We shouldn't. It's not really. I had to break my rule. I mean, not my rule, the journalistic rule, to tell my own story. But no one else was covering, and even I did the press conference, it wasn't immediate coverage. I want to ask for support to interview these higher up people, but no one came on board, so I just had to continue. So sometimes, yeah, you just have to do it. And I know that we all have to be partial, that's the first step, but when we pick someone to speak, interview, when we pick the quote, we always biased, and we all have to know that. So reader and audience have to also know, always it's biased. My film is super biased, one-sided story. I'm sure Yamaguchi has his own story, you know? So we just have to know that. But it was a struggle as a journalist, coming as a journalist, because I actually almost trying to interview Yamaguchi, because I felt like he needs to say something too. But then I'm like, no. This is the film, and it's okay to take control in the film. So, but it is a difficult one. It is a difficult one, and it should be also always be a discussion, all these lines. But for me, after starting my career as a video journalist at Reuters, I felt like when it's on news, it's being forgotten very quick. And I wanted to do slower journalism, slower storytelling, more focusing on a personal story. Because otherwise, it's so hard to reflect to our own life. And I think that's why a documentary is special, because you have moment looking at like, she's like my sister, or she's like, or who's like, so you can connect more. And I think that's the power of documentary film, and I wish to continue making it. Next one will be not about me. I can't wait to make the next one. So, thank you.
没有错，你讲的刚才那个的确是一个很重要的，因为当我在拍这部纪录片，我就必须要跨越那个界限，因为我是在报道我自己的故事。那甚至在拍摄的过程中呢，我一度想过我是不是应该要去访问山口敬之，但这样子的话，我后来又觉得不，我是在拍我的片，所以我不要做这样的事情。 那虽然说的确记者必须要保持一个中立的立场，但是我们大家都不能忘记，当你在引用某一个人的话的时候，其实你已经做出选择。记者要知道这一点，观众看的时候也是要知道这一点。那我觉得呢，拍纪录片，它对我来说是一个很精彩的经验，因为当时我在路透社当记者的时候，我也是做了很多新闻采访，那些都是一些比较短的新闻，可能大家看过就忘记了。但是我想做的是人的故事，所以纪录片它非常的特别，它可以让大家慢慢的欣赏，然后可以跟剧中的人物建立连接，所以我觉得就是纪录片的力量。然后我也希望继续拍，那下一部呢就不会是以我为主角了。
非常棒的非常精彩的对话。那因为伊藤诗织导演他有很多行程要赶哦，那我们这边就谢谢伊藤诗织，也谢谢大家的参与，然后我们今天就到这里，谢谢。
谢谢，ありがとうございました。